a fellow classmate did a tribute on Facebook, and I thought it was lovely, and really just sort of spelling out my career highlights and what was going on with me, and it was very nice. And so I made sure I took a message and thanked her. And then within a couple of days, Ms. Washington got in contact with me and said, "Hey, how would you like to come back to Tyler and say hello?" And I said, "That would be fantastic, actually, and talk about the show and talk about what you're doing now and the trajectory of your career." And I said, "Yes, I think I would love that." So that's what brought me back. I was invited. I was born and raised here in Tyler, Texas. Graduated from Mamie G. Griffin Elementary School, Boulder Middle School, and John Tyler High School. So at John Tyler High School, I was very, very, very fortunate under the tutelage of Helen Jack as my drama teacher, Ora Jane Taylor as my home economics teacher and mentor, and Mary Fuller also as my home economics teacher and mentor. I was able to achieve a few things here. It was great. I worked on one of the first JCPenney Teen Board and served the second year as vice president. I was National Honor Society. I became the state president of Future Homemakers of America. Also got to travel extensively with UIL with Miss Helen Jack and my best friend and duet acting partner Cindy Phillips and I were very fortunate to score a few medals, a few trophies, which was great, and overall really had a really stupendous high school time, and that was all part of my parents, Dorothy and Samuel Cicero, and my upbringing here in Tyler, Texas. A wonderful mix of discipline and freedom. I left Tyler. I went to the University of Texas in Austin. I was there for 2 years. That was not a good fit for me, so I transferred. I was accepted and transferred to Columbia University in New York City. I spent 6 years in New York City, and after school, I really was figuring out who I was as an artist, as a person. I was in New York City during the time of the AIDS epidemic had just started. It was a very tumultuous time in the city. There was Studio 54 and Steve Rubell, and the city was just a hot pot of everything going on. And I said, I'm doing everything but acting like an actor. So it was time to come home. So I did. I came home to Tyler. I was here for about a month and decided that I would give Dallas a try. And I did. And I went in and I wanted to find an agent first. And I found an agent and made the move to Dallas, Texas, and decided let me start creating a career here. So I worked in theater. I created 2 very quick theater homes. The one in Dallas was Teatro Dallas. And so that helped me to hone my Espanol and Jubilee Theater in Fort Worth. And so those became my 2 theater homes. About 2 years into 3 years maybe into my tutelage in Dallas, I auditioned for Barney. And it was a huge audition, actually worldwide. They saw people in New York, they saw people in Dallas, they saw people in Los Angeles, they saw people in Europe. This character was to fulfill a special place. One of the things that made the show successful with kids is repetition. Repetition, repeat, repeat, which is also the one thing that made it crazy for adults who were like, if I hear that song again, I'm gonna scream. But that's exactly the pedagogy that worked for children. So my character, Stella the Storyteller, was created to come in and be a surprise and never do the same thing twice, never come from the same country twice, always come in with a very different story, and to sort of ease that monotony for the parents. And so for 6 years I was able to do that, and it was stunning, just a stunning place to work, from education to production to direction to the kids themselves. It was really, really a well-run organization, and to this day, 30 years later, we are still in contact with each other. For a show, yes, usually once it's done, once it's a wrap, it's a wrap. But no, we are still, we text on Facebook, we congratulate on our current projects, our current successes. So it's quite a special group. I am an actor, director, and a master teaching artist. So I have been teaching. I just finished a project with Disney. Disney, and this is the first of its kind in Texas, Disney came in and they do what's called Disney musicals in schools. And what they do is they have schools that may be underserved, and they provide all the production, scripts and music and videotapes and access to the Disney website for these schools to produce a Disney musical. And as a teaching artist, my job, you would think we'd be able to teach it, my job was to teach the teachers how to do it. So each school that is involved, there were 5 schools in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Robert McNair, you guys did a great job, was the school that I worked with, and they chose to do The Lion King, which of the shows that were available was really the most difficult, but they did a stunning job. So literally, as a teaching artist, I come in and we spend a third of the time guiding the teachers. The next third of the time we spend watching the teachers, and the last third of the time, which was the hardest for me, was to sit back and let them do their thing. And it was stunning. It was absolutely a stunning success for our first year. Each of the schools are committed for 3 years. The first year, they have us as a teaching artist to come in and assist. The second year, they pick another Disney musical, and we're there for consultation, but they really have to do it themselves. And then the third year, they get to pick any show they want to. The whole idea is to make a program that's sustainable, that these schools know how to do fundraising, they know how to do costuming, they know how to build in their community the expectation of the show every year. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much for my background, for my legacy, for this town. Coming back and just looking at the growth, looking at how this town has bloomed and blossomed is amazing. And I'm grateful, and I am humbled, and I thank you.